all of that stuff in Egypt. There was a giant protest today, and there's going to be a 3-day fast, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, on their behalf. And I think it would be awesome if you guys could just pray for them and pray for all of the Christians, because we're having a really tough time. And with all the things that Obama's doing, honestly, questions on how he got elected with all the Christians. But the best thing we could do is pray and pray
Amen.
that God will have mercy on all the Muslims. Because I guess, in Luke it says, Father, forgive them, for they do not know the sins they've committed. So I hope God will have mercy on them and save the Christians from more pain and torture in Egypt.
Catherine, thank you so much. I do the program News and Views on Wednesday nights at 10 p.m., and I'm pretty much decided that this coming Wednesday I'm going to focus on the plight of the Christians in Egypt. So we'll be praying for me on that, if you would. And we're going to try to discuss that, because that's a very, very serious thing. Not only does it show the satanic nature of Islam, but we need people, just as you said, to be fasting, to be praying for our brethren in Egypt. Christians have been persecuted for years by Muslims in lots of places, but it's rapidly increasing, proliferating, and now in Egypt, it's a terrible thing. Thank you, sister, for bringing that up, all right? God bless you. All right, let's see if we can take another few callers before the end of the program tonight. I want to welcome our next caller on the air. Welcome, you're on the air with Jesus or Muhammad. Hello, you're on the air with Jesus or Muhammad.
Hello, hi, this is Jacob.
Hello, Jacob. Welcome to our program.
Hi, I want to thank you very much for referring to the Coptic issue in Egypt and the persecution. I'm sure you're aware of what happened on Christmas Eve when Christians were attacked while coming out of church, and 7 young men were killed.
Yeah,
and,
we are.
Others
Yes.
were wounded. And I wanted to let the viewers know that we're having a big rally in New York City on January 19th at 12 o'clock p.m. In front of the UN. And everybody's welcome to come. We would like to see all Christians, Americans, Arabs, everybody should come and support the Copts in their struggle for justice.
Sir, just to clarify, you said January 19th in front of the UN in New York City. Now, you said 12 p.m. Did you mean midnight or did you mean noon? You mean noon?
Noon.
Okay.
Noon, yes.
All right, sir. I'll be there. I'll be there with you.
Can you give us any website or direct us to any place that people can get more information about that?
Sure. There's a website called the Free Copts. It's FREECOPTS.net. FreeCopts.net. It has all the information. There's videos of the attacks and of the massacre. We also have the pictures of the victims, and we have pictures of their bodies. And we would love for you guys to support the Copts in their struggle for justice.
Yes, and I've already visited the site, and I've seen those pictures. Very, very graphic and disturbing what was done. But sir, I'll post news about the protest on my blog, so people can come there, and unless something weird happens, I'll be there too.
Yeah, thank you for that information and that invitation.
Thank you for your support. Thank you, and God bless you.
God bless you. Yeah, we need to share that with our other friends like Robert Spencer and others. Get that word out, because I really believe that, my understanding is that there are far more Arab Christians in America than there are Arab Muslims. And but who gets heard? It's like homosexuals. How many homosexuals are in America, active homosexuals, compared to compared to people who are not homosexual, okay? But who do you hear from? Do you hear all the time rallies for regular sexuality, biblical sexuality, heterosexuality? No, you never hear that. All you hear is the scant minority voice, the small group that yells the loudest, the homosexuals, and that's kind of like the Muslims.
Yes, and actually, On one of the previous programs, when Mary Jo Sharp was on here, we talked about actual hate crime statistics.
Yeah.
And it's very interesting. All the hate crimes that are religiously motivated, over 60% of them are against Jews here in the United States. Only a small fraction were against Muslims, and there are actually about as many hate crimes against Christians as there are against Muslims in this country. But the hate crimes against Jews far outnumbered any against Muslims. But who do you hear from? You hear practically nothing. You hear practically no complaints about the hate crimes against the Jews. And Muslims, if they're just getting their veil tugged on, oh, it's the end of the world.
You know, I think that CAIR, the Council of American Islamic Relations...
They're brilliant. I don't care what anyone says. They are brilliant. I don't know how you do it. How do you deceive? I mean, it's bad to deceive, so it's immoral. But they are brilliant in their strategy, and I don't know how you do it. Even after you're exposed, even after the book Muslim Mafia came out, completely exposing everything CAIR has done, exposing their terrorist ties, exposing their true motivations, exposing everything they're doing and how they're actually working against the government, trying to overthrow terrorism. Even after they're exposed, watch what happens if there's another terrorist attack tonight. Who's going to be all over the news? CAIR, Ibrahim Hooper, and he's going to be explaining how Islam's a religion of peace. It's absolutely shocking.
You got to remember, David, they got a friend in a high place. And we're not talking about God. And not only that, a Council of American Islamic Relations. I imagine that there's at least some portion, I know for a fact, some portion of that 60% against the Jews is done by Muslims. Well, if the Council of American Islamic Relations wants to do their job, why don't they reach out to the Jews that have been persecuted in the United States by Muslims and go to court for them against Muslims who perpetrated crimes against them? You know, it's like the ACLU. What about them defending Christians and their civil liberties? No, of course not. They're a special interest group. They have one special interest, and you know, why not just admit it? That just like, well, they did admit it. Omar Ahmed. We got to get that quote again one day. We'll put it up on the screen. He denies now that he ever said it, but the reporter who took it down verbatim, word for word, never has gone away from her story. She stood right up to it. That this man, the head of CAIR in the beginning, says, hey, we're here to become dominant. And that's exactly what Muslim leaders say when they're candid, is it not? Even in the United States of America. All right, well, we got about 5 minutes left. Let's see if we can take maybe one more caller, and then we have to go to a time of prayer, and we're going to end the show. But hang in there. At 10 o'clock, we'll be back for more Jesus or Muhammad. And as a matter of fact, I think the next show is going to actually be entitled Muhammad or Joseph Smith. We're thinking about that. All right, you pray about it. Let's see if we take our next caller before the end of the show. Welcome. You're on the air with Jesus or Muhammad.
Hello?
Hello, welcome to our program.
Thank you, Brother Joseph and David. God bless you and protect your message.
And you as well. Thank you, brother.
Okay, I want to talk about this Nigerian fella during his arraignment in Detroit. If you noticed, there was bunch of Muslims carrying leaflets, banners.
Yeah.
I was there. I was there.
Yeah, did you see the first part of the show? We had a video of Brother David. He was down there.
I didn't watch the first part, but they had these banners saying Islam is for love, you know. Right?
Yeah, that's what Muhammad said with the 13 wives, I bet. Go ahead.
If Brother David can read Galatians 1, 8 and 9.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good verse. This is one of those verses that prophesies Muhammad's coming in the Bible, is it not?
Yes, absolutely.
Galatians 8 and 9, it says, accursed is anyone who preach any gospel other than what we received.
Yeah.
A man or an angel is accursed if they teach different message than what's in the Bible.
Yes.
Absolutely.
The Muslim, they keep preaching different message than what is